Happy Monday, cyber golfers. Wanted to first and foremost welcome all of you to February. We've had a bit of a brutal January here in Texas. It looks like it's trending a little more positive this week, so should warm up a bit. But I wanted to go ahead and do this week's results show for you from the Simulator Golf Tour that I played last week. So I did play the Farmers Insurance Open, which is hosted at Torrey Pines. I will say that overall, I felt like I played really well in both tours. I left some out there in the Web Auto-Putt tour, but I certainly put all my effort into the Forward Auto-Putt tour, and just really excited to share the results with you all. This is the one golf course that I have actually played in real life. I put a little short snippet out there of me playing the famous 15th hole from the North Course. It's a par 3 that's basically 20 yards below your feet. You're hitting it into a really massive elevation change. You're hitting to the coastline. You can see the water behind it. And traditionally, you're going to see the paragliders also flying around behind this hole. So I posted a little snippet of me actually playing that in the Simulator Golf Tour and the Forward Auto-Putt Tour. And then I posted a picture of myself playing it in real life at the end of that. So if you guys get a chance, go have a look at that. It's pretty neat. It's neat to see virtual world versus real world and just how amazingly detailed the Simulator Golf Tour creators, how they create the courses. So let's go into this. So we're going to start off with the Web Auto-Putt Tour results. On this particular event, I ended up finishing in 55th place. Ended up shooting a plus 20 over the 2 days. I do know for a fact that I left at least 3, 4, maybe even 5 strokes out there. Simply just chipped them out of the gimme zone in areas that I normally just capitalize on. I'm usually lights out. If they're 10 yards, 15 yard, 20 yard chips, I can usually land them in the gimme circle, no issue. In this case, there's a couple that I tried to putt into the gimme zone from off the fringe. Didn't get my speed right and ended up pushing right through the gimme zone. So that gave me 2 putts instead of 1. There was one chip that I had where I chipped it and I bladed it, meaning I caught it really thin and it shot right across the green. So ironically, the save coming back landed it perfectly. Same distance, just from off the green on a different part of the of that hole. But overall, this is my scorecard. Again, 55th out of, let's see how many completed this tournament. Looks like 104 completed the tournament. There are some disqualifications. I always just put this out there. I don't know why these people were disqualified. Likely it's because they have, again, a lower handicap than you can have in this tour, or their swing speed went beyond the 150 mile per hour speed that will basically get you removed from this tour. Then there's a lot that did not finish. So again, if I look at the total pool of players, I'm still scrolling. There's a lot of players in this particular event. And I think a lot of people do get excited as the PGA schedule starts to kick off. You start to see the professionals play, and we have the capability to do it. So that's exactly what we do as sim golfers, is we just get excited and get into it. So let's go ahead and look at the scorecard. Overall, it wasn't too bad. Do have a lot of pars here that you can see in round 1. Do have just a few bogeys. This was the better of my 2 events, I believe, in terms of round 1. So round 1 was pretty good. Couple of double bogeys, but other than that, I feel like I did really, really well. You look at the second day, or round 2, and again, I played these consecutively. I want to say I played them the round 1, and then I went right back in and played round 2 on the same day. This one is a little more challenging. You see more bogeys here. You see more double bogeys. You do see a birdie here or there, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So I did score higher on this one. That's what led me to finish in that 55th place. So again, I am happy with the results. Finishing 55th out of as many people as you saw, and I did get some points out of it. So that's kind of how you track your season. Is I got 6.5 points out of this, so that adds to my overall world golf ranking score. Let's go to the Forward Auto-Putt Tour. Now this, I'm going to go ahead and just set the stage here. I'm in 3rd place. I finished 3rd place in this Forward Auto-Putt Tour. I got 190 points out of this when you finish up there at that high. I did go ahead and post my rounds in terms of video replay, so you can click them here or you can go watch them on YouTube. But I played these rounds 1 and rounds 2 exceptionally well. Was very happy with this. Again, the Forward Tour has a few players, but not quite as many as you see in the Web Tour. But I'll go ahead and scroll down. Again, 3rd place, my highest finishing in a Simulator Golf Tour event to date. So all I can do is better that, try to get that 2, possibly that 1st place. This was a course I think a lot of people gave up a lot of shots. I played this particular round very well. So I had the chance. It's just some got away from me. We'll look at the scorecard here in a minute. But again, I'm 3rd place out of only 25 completed it. Again, a lot were disqualified, assuming they reached their potential for swing speed or their handicap. And then there were a lot in this tour that did not finish. So again, I shot a really great score, and I ended up taking that 3rd place slot. So let's look at the scorecard. What you can immediately recognize right off the top is a lot of pars and just a few bogeys. But in round 1, I had no double bogeys. So that makes a big difference. I did end up shooting a birdie on the 17th hole on round 1. Then when we get over here to round 2, again, I kept it somewhat under control. Did have a few bogeys here. Had some pars, had some birdies, but again, no double bogeys in this round. So that's the key. I've always told you guys, if you can minimize your double bogeys, your triple bogeys, then you actually have a chance. And this is the perfect example of executing my game, having a chance, and finishing in 3rd place. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a round of applause for that, because that was really exciting, playing those 2 rounds and shooting that score. So as always, what's next, right? So for what's next for me, as we follow the PGA Tour schedule, we are going to play the Waste Management Phoenix Open. This is basically the golf course that it's held in Arizona. It's most known for one of its par 3 holes that is basically surrounded by stands. You're literally hitting into a U-shaped environment where there's nothing but grandstands all around it. You have to land it on a really small target. And depending on the crowd, if you don't land on the green, they boo you. If you land on the green, they cheer you. If you land in the water, which I'm not even sure if there's water in this particular hole, but I just know that the crowd punishes you verbally if you don't hit the green in that famous par 3 hole that I'll be playing this week. So looking forward to playing that. I'm going to go ahead and play a practice round or 2 just to kind of acclimate myself with this course. I've never played it, but I did find that at least doing a practice round under the course conditions helps prepare you for when it's time to go live and play your Simulator Golf Tour official rounds. So I'll follow that formula. I will not stray anymore from the playing a round or 2 before I go into my competitive rounds, because that is the formula for success. The last thing I'd just like to say about this week's tournament versus the previous is I did introduce 2 new clubs into my bag. So I did go ahead and put my mini driver, I put that in the bag, and I hit that on the Web Auto-Putt Tour. What that does for me is that gives me a little more distance, excuse me, off of my drive. So I'm able to actually hit that 220 to 250 yards. Before, if you guys saw my rounds, I was using my 3-wood as my driver. And I'm only really able to carry that, take it 200 to 220 max on a good drive. So this just gives me another weapon in my bag to get a distance that is going to make me more successful, because then I can use my approach wedge or my wedges that I'm really getting better at and landing them in those zones that I need to land them in. The second club that I introduced into my bag is a Ping 2 hybrid. I've owned these clubs. It's just that I've put a little more work on the driving range and in the simulator software to kind of understand the ball flight, what I need to do to make it do what where I want it to land. And now I feel comfortable introducing them into my game. So looking forward to expanding that throughout the season. And hopefully one day you guys will see me swing my driver, probably in the next couple of months, not anytime soon. I do need to put a little more work into that. So I do thank you guys for joining me for this week's results from this past weekend's Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines. I hope you all have a great week, and I look forward to posting my rounds this week on the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So talk to you all soon. Thank you all, and you have a great day, great week.